Hey drivers, welcome to the live stream. We are at the VW Nodo show. Thanks for joining us. I just heard from the Blaster Effect. I'm sorry, hey there, sorry you couldn't be here with us, but we're going to do our best job to share the show with everybody, show you everything that's here. And of course, this show is just huge these days. It's a really popular format, so it's attracting all kinds of folks. Attack beetles that are about to run over me. And all of the different models of VW. So we're going to try and share all of that as we can. Michael, Whitetail Rancher, if you're with us today, I'm reasonably certain that we're going to find ourselves a fastback, maybe not too far in the future here. Jerry's asking, how about the Mosey Homes fuel pump? Backstory here, I replaced it in the parking lot at Lakeland last week. Seems to be doing fine. So anyway, thanks everybody for joining us. I'm going to turn you around here. We're going to put the attention on the cars. You see Project Vandemic back there. And we're going to go all the way around the loop. Let me actually give you a look at that. Look at this lake. Look at this setting that we're enjoying this show at today. So we're going to go around the entire lake, look at all of these cars. And when we get back here, gotta love the sound of a VW engine, right? Those are the swaps behind us. I'll be honest, it was a little hot. I was kind of burning up when I was digging through the swaps a little earlier. But we're going to end our day in the swaps here once we get all the way around the lake. See if we can find any treasures to take home with us or just stuff, you know, souvenirs, fuel pumps, who knows. All right, so let me get you spun around here and let's start taking a look at the cars. Let me know what you want to see. We're in good company here. We got some bay windows right here in front of us. Even a late model here, a water-cooled variety. All kinds of great cars for us to check out. And over here on the other side, we've got a really snazzy looking Bug. Look at those rims. There you go. Thanks everybody for joining me. It's good to have you with us. And a little surprise in the front. We're going to see all the different takes on VWs today. You know, just when you think everything's been done, somebody surprises you with something really unique. We've seen some V8 Bugs before, but people really get super creative. Sometimes they do them like this where it's kind of a sleeper. I guess the giveaway is going to be the louvers in the front to get to that radiator. But sometimes it's kind of hard to tell that it's a fast one. I'm not sure they pulled that off here. That thing looks fast. Here's an early bus. Pretty big engine in there. I'm going to keep checking in with chat, so yeah, if there's stuff y'all want to see or see more of. Hey there, Darren. Hey there, Leo from the Netherlands. That's awesome. But yeah, let me know. I'll be your legs at the show. My first recommendation is that you come here and be here for it if you can. But if maybe not so much, this is a good way to see the show too. You know, while I'm thinking of it, a shout out to the organizer of the show, Bill. He was very cool to post this live stream for us on his Facebook feed. If you're wondering how to keep up with the show each year, it's a very Facebook-centric messaging system to get the word out for everybody. So you can find the Nodo show and all the updates on Facebook. We've seen this guy before. We just love the contrast between the satin bottom tone and the glossy top tone there. Super cool. So who can tell me who's first? Who can tell me who this is? A very recognizable car belonging to our buddy Gary. But yeah, first one to pop it into the chat wins a smile. I'll give you a hint. Find them on YouTube and Instagram. All right, you ready for a little treat like already here? There you go, G Moore. Good one. Thanks, Darren. All right, check this one out. Is that not gorgeous? I was at the Bully Brigade show yesterday and I got blocked in. I don't know if it was this car or a different oval window, absolutely gorgeous gloss black Beetle or not, but it didn't bother me. I was happy to just sit there and stare at that car, waiting till I got an opportunity to go check on the doggies. Oh, look at this. A true to form 36 horse back here. Beautiful work. Got the snowflake taillights. Uh-oh, I just heard glass break. I didn't do it. Nobody saw me do it. Another treat for you folks. We've got a Kubel wagon, an honest Kubel wagon, hanging out here at the show. We saw this at Bully Brigade yesterday. I want to point something out.
She's wearing orange.
Whoa, that's a bargain. $40 for a doghouse OEM shroud. Can't go wrong with that. Check out these tires. Look how skinny they are. You just don't see these on your trips to the grocery store. How you guys doing? There's a shift pattern on the dash. Look at that. Just amazing. How you doing, man? Thanks for bringing your car today. This is awesome.
All right. Glad you like it.
Yes, sir. I wish you were here too, G-More. Talking to some folks online. They love your car.
I mean, I live here.
I'm sorry?
I live here.
Very good. Awesome. That is a short trip for you, right? We have a local bringing the Kubel. Can't go wrong with that. My camera is shaking around on me a little bit. I think I got it straightened out there. Another oval I think I mentioned. Look at the satin finish on this patina here. That's a cool looking car too. Our buddy Michael Shores, this is his oval. Him and his bride recently married, back from their honeymoon in time for the Nodo show. Like the true VW folks they are, so congratulations to them. I'll give you another sense of just how big this show is. There's Bert. Bert's a staple from our buddy Jeff, and then his three-wheel VW, kind of a trike thing, but look at how he's got it arranged. Anybody pick out the limit strap on the front suspension? Like, this is engineered, back home engineering. He's got a different front end for this, if you haven't seen it before. That is a regular front beam, and he just swaps them out depending on his mood or show schedule. I picked up on another thing on his car that I really like. I'd like to do my own version of this, but here's a doghouse housing, and I believe that's a 7-row Type 4 oil cooler poking out. I wonder how that would perform if we built out a doghouse cover to fully encapsulate that. All right, you get a couple extra rows in the oil cooler, and you don't have to do an external thing beyond stock. What a cool piece. All right, so check this out. We've got our recent vehicle acquisition from our buddy Jeffro Bodine. This is a 59 bus that was modified to this form years and years ago. We found this one in Utah, so it's called Johnny Utah. How you guys doing? Super cool bus. I wouldn't mind a woods buggy of some sort. Probably tired of me saying that, but still on the lookout for one maybe in the future. So here's what I was getting at. This is the entrance. This isn't really the show field. And this is the entrance, just crowded with VWs. We are in good company, folks. All right, we're gonna run by an early bay here, check out a thing, and pretty soon I think we're gonna see our first Type 3 of the day. Hey, it's Mark. That's Mark from Skid Mark's Garage there. Thanks everybody for joining me. We've got a lot to see today, so I'm gonna try and move fast here. Look at these beetles. Just amazing.
Yeah.
I was talking to my buddy Jimbo a little bit earlier. If you see that blue bus in the distance, he makes cool stuff. So this is just one of them. He's also got a bay bus that is Turtles themed. If anybody remembers that store that eventually sold to Blockbuster. But he's got some really interesting cars. We were talking about some of his plans coming up. So stay tuned to see what Jimbo brings to the shows next. All right, Whitetail Rancher, if you're with us here or catching up in an archive, this one's for you, buddy. I'm certain I saw a squareback or two also. But here's the fastback that we're always looking for, so early today we get to check that one off the list. This one's got a few miles on it, but it's here. Take a quick peek inside. That'd be a lot of fun to go down on the road. Cool clear coat on this one. Look at all the folks that have shown up for this thing. Excuse me, I'm sorry. It attracts a lot of people, including a large group of folks that don't necessarily have VWs as a big part of their day-to-day because it's so accessible. It's the No-Do show, so they're not charging admission here, right? It's sponsor funded, but nobody here paid to be here to spectate or show their vehicles. Got the Pink Floyd themed bus back there. Love some high tops. So that makes the show really accessible, and it's such a beautiful sight. Who wouldn't want to come and walk around the lake, take a look at a bunch of classics? All right, I'm getting into an area with a bunch of music, so I'm going to move kind of fast through here. Sometimes we get into a little bit of a copyright claim issue, so I'm going to try and keep things clean, but still give you a look at what we see here. Two-tone drop gates. I can't say I've seen that before. You got that right, Leo. This is an awesome place. You can't go wrong with the Central Florida VW crowd. I imagine it's like this everywhere. VW folks are just awesome. But we were really fortunate to have the group of people that we have that shows up for all these Central Florida VW shows throughout the year. I think somebody just asked, where is the show? It's in Port Orange. That's just south of Daytona. So just a few miles away. We can drive on the beach, and some people choose to do that on Saturday, which is a fun thing to do for sure. For a nominal fee, they'll allow you to go out onto the beach. Check this out. Right? It's not just Beetles and buses. We'd be happy with that too. We see all kinds of cars here. How you doing? All right, look at this. Even behind me, we've got some great cars. Got 3 Beetles, 1 Ghia, and 1 Thing. Let's take a look at this splitty up here. I'll walk up the hill for that. So what are y'all working on? Let me know so I can keep an eye out for you in the swaps. Look at this gorgeous thing. Got a slightly hot engine here. So this double cab will scoot. That is an object of desire right there. Cool rims, cool stance, everything. Here's what appears to be a split window bug. Another thing you don't see all the time. And it can get out of its way. Doc says it's a 64 Beetle. This one? Or a different one?
But I don't think Whittle sells
semaphores. You know, sometimes, I'm not saying that's what's happening here, but sometimes a person will take a later Beetle and do all the things that make it look like an earlier Beetle, which is a fun project. So sometimes you got to be careful. Sometimes you're getting fooled. That's a lot of the fun. Oh, I'm sorry, dog. So you're working on a 64. That's cool. Seeing all kinds of big engines over here. Oh, that's awesome, dog. Yeah, those projects that have some meaning behind them, particularly family connections, those are a lot of fun. And then, you know, sometimes we can do something absolutely completely over the top. Yeah, that's a big block Ford in the middle of a double door bus. How you guys doing? See that radiator back there? Y'all can go ahead. Just wild stuff. I think we saw this earlier in the year at Bug Fest in January. I've heard this thing cruise down the road. It sounds mean, subdued but mean. All right, let me catch up with chat. Go ahead, I'm sorry. Everybody's trying to stay out of everybody's way. Yeah, VW Beetle Oval 55. I would say we're doing a cool event today. We are quite fortunate to have access to this thing. This is the Noto Show in Port Orange, Florida. What appears to be a 21 window here. Beautiful paint. Has all the seats, the rag top, safaris. I like that cup holder. I'm partial to the one my dad made, but that's pretty neat. Cast aluminum, polished. That's pretty cool. Give you another look at this one. Wow, it's great to have all y'all with us. Thanks for joining us today. We've got a lot to see here. All right, so I skipped some stuff. Here's our buddy Dan. I'm gonna give you a look at that. And there's another bus up here it's just special. I gotta show you that. Any Florida bus has to have that. Boy, it gets hot at the stoplights. All right, so check this one out. I'm getting a little close to music, so I'll be quick, but this is the best faux patina job I think I have ever seen. And when this guy cruised by, I smelled avgas. So that is a hot engine. Hey y'all, how you doing? Let's see if we can take a peek back here. I mean, even the wheels poking out there makes it look mean. Well, he's got it under wraps, but there's something big in there. So I hope y'all can hear me okay. If you're having any issues with audio or wind or something, there's a little bit of a cool lake breeze here today. Let me know and I'll do what I can to fix it. Well done Ghia with a little bit of a metallic paint job here. Look at that paint. Some pop outs. Like they're rows deep. All the cars here, right? It's not just around the loop. We've got cars in the distance. A beautiful camper. Let's see what this is. Rent this bus, it says. Reservations available. So here's the phone number, 407-222-9944. What a cool rental that would be. Show up at a Central Florida show in it. Got another patina splitty back here we got to take a look at. Hey, how you doing, man?
Good evening. Close your eyes and get in the cool.
It's evening somewhere, right? Good to see you, man. That gentleman walked up to me yesterday at Bully Brigade and said, "Would you like an energy ring?" It was donuts, and that was probably the best donut, split it with a buddy, I'd ever had. It was yummy. Got me going in the morning. Cool patina single. Okay. Watch close. Uh-huh. Yeah. Oh. Nicely done. Nicely played. It sure looks cool in there. That's a big engine for that light frame. I bet you'd get up around 60 and it'd start to wobble a little bit. That gets exciting. Hey, Michael, good to have you with us, man. You missed it. We saw a Fasty a little bit earlier. might see another one, but that was the one that I had spotted anyway. Here's a square. Talking to a new dune buggy owner the other day, and his dune buggy came with one of these, with an engine configured for Type 3. Of course, that changes the blower arrangement and the carb situation and all of that, but it was kind of neat. The second buggy I've seen before that had a Type 3 engine in it. I was talking to somebody that knows about Type 3s, and it said that they had dual carbs on them, and they had to jet the two carbs differently because it ran hot on one side, and that's how they compensated for it at the factory. They didn't like that upright housing anymore. It took up too much space in the trunk. I can see that when they're trying to market a car in the late 60s, early 70s. They had to make some compromises. Got a super back here. Yeah, a standard next to a super. Another big engine. I don't know, you call this color drab? It's beautiful. Hot distributor in there. Look at the size of those pipes. I bet that thing just rumbles. One more look at the setting, folks. We are so lucky to have this place in this show. Hey, that's my buddy Tim. How you doing? He traveled a long distance in his bus to be with us today. You know, I've been coming to these shows in this area for over 20 years now. And so you see a lot of your friends, and we're growing old together as far as that's concerned. But you always meet new people, particularly with a growing scene like this. Another early bay. This is a 71. Hubcaps give it away. We've got some disc brakes underneath there. Very desirable year, especially with it loaded down with Kemper parts in there. And this gorgeous late convertible Beetle. Got the cool hubcaps. Look at that. So we were talking about things being layers deep. Check this out. We're going to go up there. We'll go off the beaten path and see some of the cars. I don't know if that's called overflow, but there's a lot of them. Oh, I got a puppy. This is my buddy Tim. How you doing, man? Doing a little live stream. Got some folks on Haptic Garage checking out the show. Hey there.
Good show so far. Good show.
Sweetest dog at the show.
She's been loving it for sure.
Oh yeah, she is in her element.
That's it.
Great running into y'all.
Good stuff so far.
Oh yes, sir.
Fantastic. We'll talk to you later.
All right, take care.
Early 70 bucks.
Run, Forrest, run. We've got some campers. Oh boy. I smell something a dog left behind. I don't think that was the sweet dog we just saw there, but someone's gonna find that. Looks like we got one pulling away. We just gotta watch him go down the road. He's a little lowered, so they got some ramps to get over the curb here. The technicians are on it. Doing a good job navigating down the curb. Whoa, right. Lost one, man down.
Well, I got the job done.
Got it done.
Definitely better than the Beetle.
We're all in it together, folks. Got two splitty double cabs right next to each other. Hey, Fevered Mind, good to see you, man. There's another VW scene that I'd love to experience for myself, and that's the good friends that we have over there on the left coast of the United States, over there in California. Really big scene there. It'd be fun to pop over and say hi at some point. And I'm hearing about all kinds of cool shows in the Carolinas and Tennessee area that I'd like to go check out. I kind of feel like our show season ends right about this point. Like it's in the upper 80s right now. And it just gets hot from here. So usually the shows start up in November with Bug Jam and continue on through Nodo in the spring. And things get a little bit quiet. So if I had the ability to travel north of Florida, then I'd be able to continue going to shows all year, and that'd be fun to check out the way they do it in different areas. Hey, how you doing? Woo! No. Hope that didn't come across like I was screaming in your ear there. Just got excited. Cool looking bugs up here on the hill. They are watching over the show. We got the 4 horsemen. Another look at the show scene. See off in the distance that City Hall back there? We'll be down there on the patio. Some really cool cars down that direction. We'll be down there shortly. Now this is on the other side of the area, but what we're looking at now are the new vendors. So this attracts all kinds of vendors. Interesting wheel chock. Looks like a dual port head there. An 040. But yeah, check this out. Tons of new vendors here. These gentlemen over here are engine builders, and they came out to Daytona Air Cooled for the last couple of weeks to build engines. They have a lot going on over there. There's lots of Impy, but there's lots of other things too. And you can do all your clothes shopping. Bunch of Hot Wheels over here, which is pretty cool. You know, when a show gets bigger and bigger and more people show up, naturally there's going to be bigger budgets involved. Hey, it's just bugging. And you get to do more and more stuff. It just makes it more sustainable, right? So no shame in a huge show like this and attracting all kinds of vendors. You want to say hi? All right, these are my buddies here at Just Buggin'. They're chilling out, selling some tie-dye. Very cool. Indeed we will.
Beautiful weather.
Yeah, this guy is the hardest working man in showbiz right here.
Just bugging on the daily.
There you go.
Father and son.
Live and breathe.
Oh, that's sweet. No, good running into y'all. Yep, check them out over on the Just Buggin' channel. We'll see y'all. All right, let's swing through this way. We'll go straight across the way towards City Hall. No, we're not in trouble. We're just looking at bugs. I think they call this a Euro van. Is that right? There you go. Seeing more and more later model buses and Vanagons and Euro vans. Very desirable. Just bugging indeed. Yeah, that old head there for a wheel track. That was a new vendor with a used head, just to be clear. All right, let's go off-roading here. Gentlemen here are working hard to keep the place clean. I hope we're doing our part, not throwing stuff on the ground. This was the scene of our dismount of that orange bug just a minute ago, but got to take a quick look at that Ghia. Wow. If y'all tuned in for the last live stream, I think I made my worst car spotting mistake ever. I was looking at a Ghia and I thought it was late 60s. That was what I was guessing, and I was like 10 years off. Let's see if we can outdo that today. Y'all feel free to correct me. We got a stock thing here next to the lake. I'm gonna get an establishing shot. If you look in the far distance, that's actually where we started just a few minutes ago. How y'all doing? Happy Nodo. So I did do a quick loop. I spent most of my time in the swaps this morning, but I did do a quick loop, and we have some real treats coming up here. I don't know what it's like in other VW scenes, but this is becoming a very popular thing to have some kind of a pit bike. Vintage mini bikes are really popular as an accessory, as a way to get around the show area. A lot of fun to take stuff like that. Hello, how you doing?
Good to see you.
Good to see you too. Is this your bus?
No, it's a
Where
friend
are-
of my friends. I'm on that Type 3 over there now.
You want to talk about it? Want to be on live stream?
Sure, why not?
It's up to you. Yeah, that'll be great. Oh man, look at this double cab. What's your name again?
Javier.
Javier.
Hi.
Nice to meet you, Javier.
How you doing, guys?
Yeah.
You know I follow you.
Yeah. We're gonna go take a look at a Type 3. Let's see it. This is your square back here?
Yeah. That is
Awesome.
Type 3 I picked up during COVID. And I had
Good
it
time to
down
work
here.
on a car, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I was in Maryland at the time. I had a ship down here, and my friends worked on it for me.
Uh-huh.
Suspension and a new motor on it. This is the first day I drive it. I just got transferred here from Maryland this week.
Oh wow.
So this is my first time driving it. So it's just been sitting.
What a test drive, right?
Yeah,
Taking
was
it to
fun.
Nodo.
It was fun.
What year?
71.
71. Great.
71. It's got an 1835 with dual 34s on it.
Oh wow.
It drives pretty good.
Do the 34s keep up with that displacement pretty well?
Yeah.
You said it's an 1835 with dual 34s.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna pop the hood for us.
Let's see. I don't even know how to open it.
Yeah.
I'm a bus guy. Let's see. There it is.
There you go.
Yeah.
There's our pancake engine. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, it got you here. I bet
It
it'll get
did.
you back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was cruising on
Good
it.
stuff.
Is it? Actually, I need a tranny mount. If anybody has a manual transmission mount for a Type 3, let me know. Apparently, they're hard to find.
Okay. All right. I hope
Maybe they
everybody
can-
heard that.
I'll look on your post.
There, yeah, pop it in the chat. Maybe we can get that information to Javier. He could see it in the comments also in the archive, but looking for a manual transmission mount for his Type 3. And this is a 71, if that makes a difference. But nice,
Alright,
man.
man.
Great to chat
Good to
with you.
see
Thank you so
All
much.
right, take care.
Yep.
All right,
Oh,
see
have
you
I
guys.
given you a sticker yet?
Yes, I got one on my bus. I don't have one here.
Oh, you need what? You got a Type 3 now. There you
I
go.
do. Thank you. Boom, first sticker on it.
All right, very good. Have a good one.
All right, you too.
Let's take a look at these others here. Later on, Javier.
All right, buddy.
Got a good commuter here. A round windshield Super Beetle. All right, here's our giveaway here. Super Beetles. Some of the Super Beetles had the curvature like that. It's kind of a giveaway from the side. Ooh, this buggy. This looks awesome. How y'all doing? Love the buggy.
Thanks, man.
Look at this. It's like got this whole hatch thing going on that opens up. I can't say I've ever seen this fiberglass body before. Giant wheels back there. We measured those earlier. They are indeed 6 feet tall. Yeah, big ones. Here we go. This is a cool perspective on some off-roaders here. Got a thing and a hard-working Baja. That's my buddy there. Hung out at a couple of shows recently, including Trail of the Wagons. Our friend VW World put on Trail of the Wagons, I don't know, 3 weeks ago or so. Did some driving on the back roads in Florida. One of only a few places that has hills, so it was nice. Cool looking Baja. I'll give you a close-up on how he's covered it. Not an uncommon thing. We get some bed liner on Bajas, and I'm sure that dampens the resonance of that interior. Here's what appears to be a 21 window slammed. No worries. How you doing? No worries. All good. Got a pretty faithful dual port in here. Even has an SVDA with Pertronics ignition in it. I'm a fan of that. I've purchased one of those distributors with the Pertronics in it just recently, around Christmas time. I knew I had an engine project coming, so I went ahead and grabbed one. at a low price. Whoa, look at this bumper. That's like Cadillac style. So we don't have the corner windows in the back, but we got everything else, including the rack top. Beautiful bus. A walkthrough. If I could change one thing about Project Vandemic, that'd be it. I like the walkthroughs. Look at the paint, even inside. And they do a lot of this. Tender love and care. That's just amazing. Oh, look at this spooky bug back here. The moon caps on it. It says 73. This guy's missing a sticker. You see that? We got to help him out. Now, I'm not going to put one on it. I wouldn't do that. But we'll leave this for him. Black Mamba, it says. You can read that across the top of the windshield. Don't have a parking space? Make one. We got buggies. We can do that. This looks like a public shopping center to me. I brought a friend from down under, it appears. Faithful passenger and a scout. This is a ZZ Top themed and Zeppelin.
What's second?
And Stones. How you doing? Chicago. Who else is on this bus? Joplin, the Beatles, Hendrix, and the Grateful Dead. I think they covered it. Thank you. We're having a conversion here on this Baja Subaru. Hey, thanks for joining us, Fevered Mind. Vandemic's doing good. I see your chat there. That's the vehicle we brought to the show. Dweezil has a bit of a rod knock, so I've pulled Dweezil off the road pending a new engine, and that's what I expect the content coming your way to be focused on is what we're calling the hard times engine build. Trying to do it super on the cheap and just use everything that we have to make it happen as well as we can. So Dweezil, once again, is being patient. Yes, you do, Jerry. The people that I had making these stickers, they did a great job. It's a great sticker. It doesn't fade in the sunlight. You know, we put it to the test here in Florida. And then they went under. Company called Awesome Merch. They got bought out by a UK company that just stuck with what they were doing in the UK. So I'm gonna have to find someone else to make some more stickers. I just want to make sure they're good ones. And then I need to get on my my merch game and make those accessible to everybody. So everybody that wants one can have one. I'm told it's a cool sticker, so I'll take that. Late model bus. Hey there, Barry. No, this is a great time to join us. We got about half of the loop here to do. We're at City Hall right now, and we're going to take a look at the swaps. I'm the fair-skinned guy talking to his camera in the sun, so everybody's watching to see if I can make it. So we'll see. Super nice splitty camper up here next to an early bay. Looks like they're doing a little swapping. That's a bargain on an air tank. How you doing? Good to see you. Oh, not a camper, that's a double cab with the canopy. Don't see those very much. This 69 here, for sale. You can have it for $27K. So this will have a lot of things in common with the 68. There's some 1 year only stuff on the 68. Drum brakes in the front being one of the commonalities. Here's another early bay. Anything between a 68 and a 70 here. One thing about Nodo is there's not as much paperwork. If they're not charging for registration and that kind of thing, you don't necessarily get the easy indicators on what the years are. And that's all right. It makes for a great show. Late bay. And another early bay. We're just surrounded by buses. Let's take a look at some Beetles. Check this out. We haven't even walked through there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, I can't count any higher. At least a dozen Beetles here and a thing. Slam to the ground. I see a split window bug up there. We'll take a look at them. And if anybody knows Kilroy, he's not here anymore. A couple of buggies trusting their brakes in front of the water. Some shade here. I think it's cooled down enough to get going again. So let me know if you can hear me. It's a reverberant area that I'm standing in right now, so it may sound funny, but if you can hear me okay and you see an image, we'll take just a second here to let things settle down, and we'll continue our look at the Nodo show. But yeah, it's kind of hot. It's really sunny, and the phone just overheated and had to take a little bit of a break there. So thanks for hanging in there with us. Hey Barry, I see you there. So I take that as a good sign. Our phone shut down due to overheating. So he's got, hey Leo, thanks for that. So Barry asked a question. Is there any rhyme or reason some Westies tops open up to the front and some to the back? I've noticed that too. That happens throughout the years, it seems. And I think they're just different models. I'm sure it has implications on other features with how the floor plan, for lack of a better term, can be arranged inside. But yes, that's absolutely something that we see on them. And the ones that I think I like are the ones that open to the back, like this white one you see on the left up there. I just think that would be safer going down the road instead of the possibility of catching air. That's me just splitting hairs really from a design perspective, but I think I'd like that type just for safety reasons. You know, I had a 71 Westie for a while, and it was that type. It was too far gone. It was one of those impulse buys on eBay, and its chassis was way, way, way too far gone, and so I sent that on to somebody who wanted it for parts or something. So I don't have it anymore, but it was one of those Westies like what you see up there, just a little bit later than the one you see. That one I think is a 69 and mine was a 71. The chassis on that thing was so rusted that the front beam was loose. It was just kind of smushed underneath the remnants of that vehicle. Like it was way, 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 way too far gone. I like that too, Barry. Yeah, it's kind of a rack back there on the little rectangle made out of fiberglass on the back. That serves as just a little rack for luggage and stuff, and that's kind of nice to have back there. My favorite option is actually neither. I like high tops instead of the fold-up thing. I think high tops are super cool. So a 71 high top would be just about perfect. Okay, what I'm gonna do here, since we overheated, is try and stay a little bit in the shade. So I'm gonna sneak through to our right and curve around City Hall here, and we'll see some more cars over there. If I'm being honest, that gave me a chance to cool off a little bit too. So looking straight across the lake, that's where we started. So we are getting closer to our starting point. Y'all are pretty awesome. You have a lot of heart. We just had a dropout with the phone, and I see pretty much everybody here. that was here before. So thanks very much for holding in there with us. And a cool selfie. We got some reflective glass here. Yep, you're looking at a window right now. And here's the show field that we're going to take a gander at right now. Hey there, Michael. Welcome back, man. Yep, it's working again. So I'm just going to have to stay in the shade. That's probably good for me, too. We got a Herbie here. Some really clean bugs coming up. Some pricier models also. Yeah, so there's a couple of earlies. Herbie's supposed to be a 63, and so this may in fact be a 63. When we get past the music here, take a look at this late model bug. If things start to get pixelated, let me know. That's kind of a sign, I think, that the phone's getting a little bit hot, but I'll try and manage that as best I can from my end as I walk into the direct sun. I just got to show you this. Look at that guy. Boy, there's a story there. Look at that door off. It's got some kind of a latching situation. That's awesome. Okay, got a couple of Porsches over here. Not exactly the budget VWs. Oh, sorry for the wobble there. Go ahead, sorry. And I got to show you this Ghia up here. This thing is gorgeous. Sitting next to a bug truck. Is that not the prettiest thing? Just a gorgeous Ghia. It's a fast looking late model, some LED headlights. Frankenstein. Hey, yeah. How y'all doing? Yeah, is this your car?
Yeah.
Man, that's nice. You mind talking about it?
Lakeland. You were at Lakeland. Shot it.
Oh, yeah, it got me again. Did we chat about
I heard
it?
the pitch now, but I watched it.
You mind talking on the live stream?
Sure, whatever, that's fine.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that'd be great. I don't want to put anybody on the spot.
No, that's fine.
So we're chatting with
Andre.
Andre. Nice to
doing?
meet you, Andre.
Nice to meet you.
So we're taking a look at this super faithful early-ish Ghia. What year?
1957.
57, early-ish, I say.
Or
Yeah.
69, or...
Yeah. You know, I was like 10 years off on.
Yeah, I
Was
know.
it this one?
Yeah,
This
this was the one.
was this one. This is
Yeah,
the one that
yeah.
got me again.
You pulled in the mirror.
But check that
That's the
out.
original 36 horse.
Ah, that's amazing. And that's 6-volt.
6 volt, yeah. I gotta keep it bone stock.
Yeah, good for you, man. We got to preserve some. We can play games with some, and we preserve some.
Yep.
How did you come across it?
I got it from a guy in Phoenix. It didn't look like this, but I brought it to life and where it is today.
Well, you did great work, man.
Thanks.
Look at that roof rack. Isn't that sleek? I've seen these on some bugs.
Yeah.
So they make a model for a Ghia.
Yep. Vintage speed.
You know, for early-ish Ghias.
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go. If Brent would just read sometimes.
And pardon the spelling on Volkswagen because it's O-N instead of E-N.
We're even then.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Oh, that is amazing. So how long have you had it?
11 years.
11 years. Wow. So this is a part of the family now.
Yep. For a little bit.
Oh, you've got a good one.
I'm not kicking it out yet.
Well, it's awesome.
All right, appreciate it.
Thanks so much for chatting with us. We
Thanks, bud.
appreciate it. Have I given you a sticker yet?
Nope.
Yeah, I'll give you a sticker. There you go. I don't expect to see it on your Ghia, but
Thank you.
there you go, man. Have a great day.
You too, thanks.
Yep. Oh, I'm sorry.
What's up,
There's
baby?
a trucker behind you.
No, it's all right.
Nah, I brought this.
You were attracted to that Ghia too.
Yeah.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah, it'd be a lot of work.
Creamsicle. We saw this one at Sanford. It's a lot of fun. Couple of beetles, a late and an early, hanging out in the shade. And off in the distance, you see a buggy on the move. They just look cool going down the road. All right, so let's make our way around here. Have the benefit of a sidewalk now. Here's a square back, so there's a Type 3 for you, Michael. 71 Bay again. How you doing? Bit of an art bus. See Jerry back there over the right rear. See some collision of themes going on here, but that's all right. So from the bone stock to the art car. Oh, you got to see this one. We got to look at this one at Bully Brigade yesterday. Giant engine back here. And a little bit of understated sarcasm. Okay, I'm going to move quickly over here. Got a nice shaded area. Keep our phone happy. Like we were saying a little earlier, seeing a lot more Vanagons and so on. Yeah, I hear you, Ross. It's a little toasty, but it sure is pretty today, so can't complain. Have a Porsche and a satin black early bay. Lots of early bays. We were at Lakeland last week and saw tons of things. Seems like early bays are what keep popping up for us here today. That is cool. Looks like we have some audible power back there. How you doing, man? I'm going to catch up with chat here. Thanks for keeping the chat lively, y'all. Yeah, I think we call those barn doors, right? That is pretty cool how big it is. Look at that color on that early Beetle. Let's stay out of her shot there. How you doing? How are you? This one's for sale if you want it. I'll give you a look at the contact info here. Looks nice. Early Beetle. And an early double door. Get a look at the lake through there. It's got some stories to tell. Oh wow, another split window Beetle. We just keep seeing them today. That is incredible. 36 horse. The dashes of the earlier cars just feel different. They just feel so utilitarian. Like these were pure machines in their day. I think that accounts for some of how cathartic it is to work on an old vehicle. VWs for sure, but other old vehicles too. Is that you know you're keeping a machine alive. Some of that feel is gone with some of the later cars. The way I think of it a lot of time is the older stuff needs us and the newer stuff, we kind of need it. Imagine going a day without your phone, right? For some folks that sounds blissful. We tend to get tethered to our modern machines, and these old machines are tethered to us. Look at that. Who says you can't find splitties, right? I will note I don't see a price. That may be the rest of the story. But they're available. They're changing hands out there. Great to have so many of y'all with us today at the Nodo show. A cool slammed Beetle here. So as I was saying a little bit earlier, I generally regard this to be kind of the show season winding down in my area. Moving forward here, particularly over the next few months, we'll be putting in a big effort on the channel to see if we can do more for all of you. Everyone that's already here is who I'm going to focus on to see if we can attract some more people to join us. And the project at hand is engine building, where I've been doing a lot of learning. I think our quest as hobbyists is to just figure out how we can stay involved. And that's something that you keep on learning, right? I'm not going to propose to be an expert at it, but it is the commitment, and I think a lot of us struggle with that, right? We're trying to achieve the very same thing. There's a lot of challenges to stay involved in the hobby, and it can be done, we know that, but I'm looking forward to sharing more of my journey to try and get Dweezil back on the road and keep 2 VWs on the road, and who knows what comes beyond that. Look at this row of Beetles. Holy moly. How y'all doing? Good, thank you. We got a cool surfboard themed single here. Early. Sorry for swinging around so fast there. Hey, that's a good way to put it, Jerry. Look what I just passed up. Really nice thing right here. I'm going to sneak down onto the sidewalk. Oh, here comes Bill. This is the show organizer. Hey, Bill.
Hey there, how you doing?
I'm doing okay. Please keep using the
Can I do an
bullhorn.
interview at the megaphone?
Yes, we can.
Hi.
Yeah, it's like Scott Weiland singing.
There you go.
So this is Bill. He is the show organizer. He's the one that we all have to thank for putting this thing on and the tireless effort that it must take to make this thing happen. And stylish choice in hats.
Thank you. It saved me.
So how are things going for you today? Everybody
so far,
being
really
nice?
good. We got a record attendance. Yeah.
Record
Yeah.
attendance. Give me some numbers.
I haven't physically counted everything yet.
Uh-huh.
We're looking at probably over 700 for sure.
Woo!
Yeah.
700
Yeah.
cars.
'Cause, last year we were at around 650 roughly, so we're looking at probably at least 700. I think. Seven and change. Could be. Who knows?
It's amazing.
Yes.
Well, you put something out there that people like, and
Yeah.
they're going to show up for
Yes.
it.
Yes. Yeah.
Very good.
And all free and fun.
Free
Family
and fun.
Yes.
Exactly. Totally sponsor supported.
Totally sponsor supported and vendor supported. So
Indeed.
yes. And if you want to be a vendor in the future, it's a great show because people have money in their pockets.
That's
You know what I
right.
mean? So it's a
Yeah.
twofold. Yeah.
There's so much excitement at this show that I imagine there's people entering the hobby today.
I would think that there's cars being bought and sold, and
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot. The hobby's growing basically in Florida. I believe it is. I mean,
It's evident.
they're coming from somewhere, so but we do get people from out of state. As far north as Canada, as far south as Brazil, England is here, Australia, New Zealand. All over
We
the
saw a
world now.
kangaroo in front of one over there.
There was one, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Authentic.
Yes,
kangaroo.
yeah. It was very well behaved.
Yes.
Good. Well, pitch the next one. What's coming up?
So it's going to be the same recipe. We try to keep it new, try to add stuff.
This year we added
a
the
surprise, actually.
Dough Ball 3000.
We added the Dough Ball 3000. It was
Yeah.
a good success. I think we had 30-something cars entered, 21 finished, or maybe less than 20 finished. But it's tough. It's
little
it's a
attrition.
challenge. It's a lot of fun. It's family fun too, and it's free. So
There you
that
go.
adds to the whole thing. But it's a relaxed weekend. If you guys haven't been, it's a really relaxed weekend. It's kind of like, I kind of tell people, it's almost like Bike Week is, where you have a lot of choices. Everything's kind of condensed within a 3-mile radius, would you say? Something
Yeah.
like that.
The cool part of that is seeing VWs on the road all the time.
On the road, yeah, like
Yeah.
old school, yeah.
Yeah.
And then, you could go to a party, you can go to the beach, you can go to any kind of the open houses that we have. There's bus shows, there's all car shows, there's swap, there's food, there's pretty much everything.
Yeah.
Sunshine.
We found it all.
Yes.
Beautiful weather today too.
Yeah. Well, I eat veggies all year to get this weather. I've been really good this year. So.
Veggies
Yes.
and Wheaties, right?
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah, me too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, very good. Thanks for
We're gonna
stopping.
do the auto limbo. You guys are invited to do
Coming
auto
up.
limbo with us.
We're going to head on down that way.
Awesome.
Yeah. Our phone overheated a little while
Yeah,
ago,
really?
so we're going to be careful in the sunlight, but we're
Yeah.
going to get a glimpse of it. I think
Have
that's
a big
starting
hat.
up
You
like
have a big hat.
that's right. If I
phone
was
needs its
smart,
own hat.
I would put a white cover on this thing.
There you go.
instead of a black cover.
Yes.
But there we are.
Next year you got to come.
Thanks again, Bill. Great chatting with you, buddy.
Bye.
Alrighty, take care. You got to see the sign on the back. They've got a radio station that I guess is giving live updates of the happenings here at the show. Doc says most Beetles have the black fender molding and the early models had, I think, different colors. Yeah. Thanks for keeping the chat going. That's pretty cool. Maybe a little bit of a vacuum formed here. See if they can keep it running. Yeah, they need a little bit of tender love and care sometimes. Oh, we got a poochie. Hey, what's up? I hope he didn't think I was talking to him. Look at that beauty. Hanging out in the Florida sun. If you're wondering, Tig and Rhodey are doing just fine in the RV back at the campground, chilling out in the AC. I know they'd love to be here, but we kind of got our hands full, and priority is to keep those two little guys safe. Here's a very straight square back. Look at those rims. What a nice combo. Awesome. Here's a Westie. This one opens to the front. We were looking at a couple of varieties, so here's an example. The one that opens the other way with the luggage rack in the front instead of the back. Gotta love the 70s stripe on this Beetle over here. And a splitty in an action pose. Thanks everybody for joining us today. We got great numbers. This is awesome. Boom bats, it says. Nice late Beetle. Hey, how you doing? There's our buddy Dan over there. Good to see all of you. We've all just been hanging out all weekend, having a good time, hanging out with each other at the different shows, the different events, and the campground, going out to eat. All kinds of good food in this area. There's a 74 thing. Really great paint on this one. Look at this. They're in the parking lots everywhere. They're just everywhere. We got to take a look at the Woody here. The late Beetle Woody. Some folks love them, some folks maybe not so much, but we're going to make sure it's represented too. Looks like fun. A Model A tail lights on there. Some of these, when they light up, it says stop across the top there. I have one of those on an old motorcycle I used to ride. Cool kit. Looks like some stock fenders all the way around on that one, even the apron. There's an oval window Beetle. If you were with us last year, we saw this one. Still looks just as sharp as ever. Man, that thing looks fun. And a trike. We saw a trike last year. I haven't seen it this year, but we saw a trike last year that reversed the intake manifold and put the carb in front of the blower housing. Just to be different. I think that was a dual port. Here we're looking at a single. Of course, I'm looking at this here, the intake manifold. And a dune buggy exhaust. They don't flow the best, but they sure are fun. They sound cool. Big, I don't know, Harley tank maybe. Who knows? And some tractor seats on this trike. That's great. A couple of splitties staring at each other over there. Look at all the windows involved. I see a total of 46 windows across the street. There's some nice ones. How you doing? And we're doing a little swapping right here. Oh, it's a right hand. Oh, we're gonna have to go across the street. Look at that. fresh line board appears. I don't see evidence of a thrust cut. May not need it. No numbers. Yeah, you can get your cases. How you doing? Good, thank you. Enjoying the day. Are gonna go? Yes, indeed it is. Are gonna take a look. Thanks for the tip, buddy. Oh, gonna take a look at this right-hand drive 23. My goodness, how about that, Ross? Just gorgeous. Cargo doors on the other side also. That makes sense. I'm gonna sneak out of the sunlight now. We still got more to do. Thank you again, man. Early bay, and a late beetle. We got our taxi back there. Whole bunch more beetles back there. A rat rod back there. A Baja, bug-eye Baja. In fact, I was talking to the gentleman that owns that Baja yesterday. Forgive me if I'm messing this up, but I think his name's Mark. Just built this thing. Did an incredible job. Hey man, how you doing? It's Mark, right?
Brent, it's Matt.
Matt, sorry. You mind chatting on the live stream?
Sure.
Cool. All right, so we found our buddy Matt. My apologies on the name.
That's
good to see you again.
You as well.
Mind telling us a little bit about your Baja?
Yeah, it's 73 standard Beetle. It's got the body lift on it, coil springs front and back, 1835 motor, and then bug-eye kit on it, and everything's just pretty simple. Not much to it.
It's tight work. You did some fabrication we were taking a look at. We were comparing methods for bending round bar.
Right.
These are all hand fabricated by Matt here.
Yeah, just some round stock and a little bit of cardboard to make some templates, and just some auto parts store mirrors, a little bit of time and some elbow grease. You can get just about whatever you want.
Great work. And you said that this was Rhino liner?
Raptor liner.
Raptor liner.
Yep.
There I go with the names again. Pop outs, some cool pinstriping, and that 1835 he had mentioned. Beautiful work. Well, thanks so much for bringing it to the show and sharing it with us.
Bye, guys.
Yeah. Good chat, Matt. What a mean looking Baja. Made those sidebars too. Made them thicker. Take care, man. So what you're looking at in front of us is the swap. We have a couple more cars to take a look at here. I think if I go out into that swap right now, I'm probably going to overheat. And I'm okay with that when we've seen everything we need to see, but we might make that our last stand. We'll just run it until it quits. We got to take a look at this one. So I'm getting an indication that there's a hot engine in here. I don't know what makes me say that, but something. Yes, sir. How you doing? I'm good. What's your name?
Javier.
Javier.
I'm from Puerto Rico.
Javier from Puerto Rico. Very nice. Do you have a sticker yet?
No.
Well, you need to have one.
Oh,
There you go, buddy.
thank you.
Yes, sir. Take care. Have a good one. All right, let's see what's going on back here. Y'all tell me. Looks neat, looks big. Doesn't look like a Type 4. How you doing? Nice. Thanks again, everybody, for joining us. You just can't go wrong with this setting. Let me pan across here. Pan across the road a little bit. We're getting to our starting point, but there's a very unique vehicle up there our buddy Steve brings to these events. I want to show you that too. So we're going to head up the walk a little bit. I think I passed that one up earlier. Here's a good attitude. Just be grateful for what you have, right? Shortest path to happiness. Got a cool looking Ghia up here. got some great neighbors today. These buggies rolled in soon after I parked. Lots of fun folks hanging out with us at the Nodo show. Hey! And look at this, they've got excellent taste in YouTube channels. Look at these. Great buggies. Where are y'all from? Kissimmee, very nice. You're close to me. So some of my Central Florida brethren. Good seeing y'all. This buggy is actually for sale. Cool 70s buggy here. $13K and it could be yours. Cool looking buggy. Here's the chair, one of the two chairs that I typically keep in the back of the bus. The other one is in there now, and you see, maybe you can see through. I'll have to open it up. I got to show you this. So to get around the show area while the bus is parked at a show, I brought my childhood bicycle with me. That's a Torker. So who here has heard of a Torker before? If you came from the era of Mongoose BMX bicycles, you might have seen one of these at some point, but this has been my go back and forth vehicle when the bus is somewhere other than the campground and I needed to check on the doggies. Yeah, Project Vandemic still doing its thing. Anyway, I saw these at an estate sale. Reminded me of my grandparents. Couldn't pass them up. And so it works well at shows too. Okay, so the thing that I was talking about a minute ago is this bus up here on the left. Can you make that thing out? That is a 1947 Flexible. It has an inline 6 in it. The owner, Steve, super cool guy. We usually chat about big old RV stuff each time we run into each other at these shows. And this thing is eye-catching. Look at that beautiful vehicle. We're lucky to have folks that are willing to put in the effort to keep stuff like this alive, right? I think we all relate. We're into VWs, so we're willing to put a little bit of effort into an interesting vehicle. VWs are great for that. There are some, yeah, 80s BMX. That's about the era, yeah. So yeah, that can extend to vehicles beyond VWs sometimes. And so, yeah, we'll let one in every now and then when we get something that's really, really interesting like this. He's got a long-term plan for this thing. He's putting AC in it and engine upgrades. No, you're all set. Thank you, ma'am. And driving it. 47 Flexible Clipper. Okay, limbo is going on, so let's go over. We got some cloud cover here. So if you don't know what this is, well, as the name implies, it's limbo, but it's for cars. And this is getting crazy. People are starting to build purpose-built vehicles to take each other out in limbo. So the obvious choice would be a lowered thing because you can put the windshield down, right? Like this one here. I don't think we've seen the end of this. I believe we're going to see some incredibly modified vehicles just to pull off a win some year in limbo. Looks like we have a Ghia up there now, so we're in the early innings. Of course, hard-top vehicles will be taken out as they lower the bar, and we'll probably be down to a couple lowered things duking it out. Oh, look at this. So there's our that's Bill with the bullhorn again. Just said we're going to have a turning radius competition. Looks like they're making some 10-point turns to get turned around for the next go. So I'll show you the setup here so you have the idea, and maybe we'll catch a car going by. So it's limbo like you would expect. Not going to damage the cars with that setup, and they got all the little rungs on there as they lower the bar, and things get more and more competitive. And it is purpose-built machine. I think those are toilet flanges down there on the 2x12s. We are inventive folks, us VW people. All right, speaking of other vehicles of interest, I'm guessing this is a 61. They started to tone down the space lights then. A two-door convertible Cadillac Eldorado, I'm pretty sure. I'm getting a little bit of sun here, so if I start to go pixelated, let me know and I'll retreat. I do want to show you the swap meet right quick. We did promise that, so we're going to dig a little bit here. Once again, it's a big swap meet. Let's see if I can, I'm in sunlight, so I'm having trouble seeing chat, but I'll see if I can make out what that is. Yeah, nice indeed. Boy, if y'all could see me right now, I have my hat off and over the phone, trying to keep the poor thing alive. So here we go. Here's a nice swap space. Got some heads, some Type 3 big carbs there with the manifolds. Those heads appear to come with a aftermarket camshaft. I was talking to my new friend Jeff about the oil bath air cleaners. That's a design in which I am a total believer. They kind of fall out of style because they're big and clunky, but the cool thing about them is they don't get restricted as they catch dust and contaminants and all that stuff. It doesn't restrict the flow. Most of it's just falling down into the oil bath in the bottom of it. So as long as you can be careful handling them and not dump a bunch of oil on your shoe, they actually take better care of your engine and the flow doesn't change in between servicing. Some super cool stuff, some vintage stuff in this swap here. He's caught my eye. That is so 60s and 70s. I ran into Bill, the organizer here in the swaps earlier. He is every bit as much of a VW person as we are. And so he was shopping for his projects, making deals, just like the rest of us. Look at this, a Silvertone something. I have an old Silvertone tube amplifier. I haven't plugged it in years because it shocks me when I do that. I do learn some things, folks. So some cool vintage stuff here. See if we can take a look at a few more VW parts.
I've been scoping you out all day.
Thanks again for hanging in there, everybody. You know, I'm shocked with myself. I'm just going to have to give it another go. I went through the swap meet earlier and I didn't really find anything I had to have. I guess I've just been so busy in the swaps here recently, all this year. I'm a big fan of cast iron. Saw a cast iron walk earlier. Giant thing. If I see a metal license plate frame with Mel Crone on it, I'll keep an eye out. I did see some frames somewhere. I think it was in the show field though. How y'all doing? Okay. Hey man, how are you?
Good, how you doing?
Scott, right?
Yep.
Good to see you again, Scott.
Yeah, I turn up like a bad penny. And my buddy Nick's supposed to be on his way here.
Oh, cool.
Is he to the sand rail?
Yeah, we were talking about his Type 3 sand rail.
Yep.
Yeah, very cool. There's our friend Scott. Good to see you, Scott. Maybe we'll run into Nick a little later.
I'll see you around.
Yes, sir. Look at these center lines. They could be cleaned up, I think. Maybe check them for some road rash. Handful of assorted parts here. Some cool looking lights for buggies. Early bus or Beetle lights there. And some roof racks. All right, very cool. I'm going to go down this other row here. We'll see if we can get another peek. Look at this, folks. The swap meet goes all the way out to the fence back there. Lots of space and lots of swappers showing up. This is the second row over. Oh, look at the bus up here. Looks like this is in the for sale crowd. Hey, how you doing? That's my other buddy, Nick. Look at that, 23 window. Needs a few parts, $40K. You have one of these in great shape and you got a retirement plan. This guy's pretty early here. Boy, someone's salivating over that one. I may come back and make a deal for a Pierberg. Those are souvenirs for me these days. Got some single port heads, early single ports back there. Oh, look at this sheet metal. Look at that. Is this repop sheet metal? Is this repop sheet metal here?
Uh-huh.
Looks great.
Ultralize, bleach-light, you know.
What's your name?
Alex.
Alex? Brent. Nice to meet you, man. How can someone contact you if they wanted to take a look at some of this?
Of course. I can, well, I don't have the contact number right now, but I'll give you my personal number.
Okay, we might exchange that privately. We're on a live stream right now.
Okay.
But you pretty much show up at shows with it?
Mm-hmm.
All right, where's your next show?
Well, I think it's the next one is in February, you know, but I have to look at it, you know, for the early ones. You know.
Fair enough. Well, you know what? We're just happy to see that it's out there.
All right, my friend.
Got some good looking repop sheet metal here.
Thank you.
Thank you, Alex.
All right.
Have a great show.
Bye.
Yes, sir. You never know what you're going to find. You just got to look, right? Got some dual port end castings, an early distributor, some CVs. There you go. The heat riser's been cut off of it, but a dual port intake manifold. Same situation for this early single port manifold. Not a bad assortment there. Okay, going to swing you around. We're going to head down here and take one more look at the limbo. Maybe get a little distracted on the way. Looks like some dual port heads. Some Solex carbs in the background. How you doing, man?
What's up, brother?
Good to see you. Just love digging through all this stuff. You never know if you're going to find just the thing to save and end up saving your project. You can do a little bit of work, do some elbow grease, maybe take some calculated risks. You can get some parts at the Swapmeet, put the work into them, and keep your ride on the road. Here's some single port cylinder tins. This is the way you want to get them. Repop's great when it fits, but unless it's something special like what we just saw, you can't always expect that to be the case. So cleaning up the OEM stuff, usually the better way to go, particularly on cooling tin. I think somebody just got taken out of the limbo. That was an oh that sounded like the bar fell off. Let's see. Thanks for hanging in there with me, folks. We got a fun event here that we've been able to cover. Here they go.
Very nice. 49 inches achieved.
And they made it.
We're not kidding.
See how they're weighing down the car with people. As if they're not low enough already, right? This guy just sailed right through.
I thought that was Sammy Hagar.
One more glance at the swap here. Like, we didn't even cover this one, a whole third row here of swap. Hey, it's Michael Shores. Congrats, buddy. Okay, folks, I think that's going to wrap it up for us here at the Noto VW show. It's been a great time. I think I'm going to cool off a little bit, cool off the phone a little bit. Check out one of our other videos. We've got live streams from Lakeland last week and Sanford and Bugfest in January and the VW Getaway in February. course, we got more videos coming and Project Vandemic. So yeah, hang around the channel, check out some of the other stuff. I will see you in the next video. Keep working on your project. We'll see you again soon. Thanks, everybody. How y'all doing? Hey.